Tired? No, I don't think I'd take to it. Sleep all night, can't see a thing of me. Those Eskimos must have a quiet life. Where? What? I thought you... I've lost all capacity for disbelief. I'm not sure that I could even rise to a little gentle skepticism. Well, shall we stretch our legs? I don't feel like stretching my legs. I'll stretch them for you if you like. No. We could stretch each other's. That way we wouldn't have to go anywhere. No, somebody might come in. In where? Out here. In out here? On deck. Nice bit of planking that. Yes, I'm very fond of boats myself. I like the way they're contained. You don't have to worry about which way to go or whether to go at all. The question doesn't arise because you're on a boat, aren't you? Boats are safe areas in the game of tag. The players will hold their positions until the music starts. I think I'll spend most of my life on boats. Very healthy. One is free on a boat for a time, relatively. What's it like? Rough. I think I'm going to be sick. Other side, I think. Free to move, speak, extemporize, and yet we have not been a cutlass. Our truancy is defined by one fixed star. Our drift represents merely a slight change of angle to it. We may seize a moment, toss it around while the moments pass, a short dash here, an exploration there, but we are brought round full circle, face again the single, immutable fact that we, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, bearing a letter from one king to another, are taking Hamlet to England. I say he's there. What's he doing? Sleeping. It's all right for him. What is? He can sleep. It's all right for him. He's got us now. He can sleep. It's all done for him. He's got us. And we've got nothing. All I ask is common due for those in peril on the sea. Give us this day our daily due. What now? What do you mean? Well, nothing is happening. We are on a boat. I'm aware of that. Then what do you expect? We act on scraps of information, sifting half-remembered directions that we can hardly separate from instinct. You had money in both hands. Yes. Every time? Yes. What's the point of that? I wanted to make you happy. How much did he give you? Who? The king. He gave us the money. How much did he give you? I asked you first. I got the same as you. He wouldn't discriminate between us. How much did you give? The same. How do you know? You just told me. How do you know? He wouldn't discriminate between us. Even if he could, which he never could, he couldn't even be sure of mixing us up. Without mixing us up. Why don't you say something original? No wonder the whole thing is so stagnant. You don't take me up on anything. You just repeat it in a different order. I can't think of anything original. I'm only good in support. I'm sick of making the running. It must be your dominant personality. Oh, what's going to become of us? Don't cry. It's all right. There. I'll see we're all right. But we've got nothing to go on. We're out on our own. We're on our way to England. We're taking Hamlet there. What for? What for? Where have you been? When? We won't know what to do when we get there. We take him to the king. Will he be there? No, the king of England. He's expecting us? No. He won't know what we're playing at. What are we going to say? We've got a letter, remember that. Do I? Everything is explained in the letter. We count on that. Is that it then? What? We take Hamlet to the English king. We hand over the letter. What then? There may be something in the letter to keep us going a bit. And if not, then that's it. We're finished. At a loose end. Yes. Are there likely to be loose ends? Who is the English king? That depends on when we would get there. What do you think it says? Oh, greetings, expressions of loyalty, asking of favors, calling in debts, obscure promises balanced by vague threats, diplomacy, regards to the family. And about Hamlet? Oh, yes. And us, the full background? I should say so. So we've got a letter which explains everything. You've got it. What's the matter? The letter. Have you got it? Have I? Where would I have put it? You can't have lost it. I must have. That's odd. I thought he gave it to me. Perhaps he did. But you seemed so sure it was you who hadn't got it. It was me who hadn't got it. But if gave it to me. There's no reason why you should have had it in the first place, in which case I don't see what all the fuss is about you not having it. I admit it's confusing. This is all getting rather undisciplined. The boat, the night, the sense of isolation and uncertainty, all these induce a loosening of the concentration. We must not lose control. Tighten up now. Either you have lost the letter, or you didn't have it to lose in the first place, in which case the king never gave it to you, in which case he gave it to me, in which case I would have put it in my inside top pocket, in which case it will be here. We mustn't drop off like that again. Now with that we have found it, why were you looking for it? We thought it was lost. Something else? No. Now we've lost the tension. What tension? What was the last thing I said before we wandered off? When was that? I can't remember. What shambles? We're just not getting anywhere. Not even England. I don't believe in anyway. What? England? Just a conspiracy of cartographers, you mean? I mean, I don't believe it. I have no image. I try to picture us arriving, a little harbor perhaps, roads, inhabitants point the way, horses on the road, riding for a day or a fortnight, and then a palace and the English king. That would be the logical kind of thing. But my mind remains a blank. No, we're slipping off the map. Yes. But you don't believe anything till it happens, and it has all happened, hasn't it? We drift down time, clutching at straws, but what's good a brick to a droning man? Don't give up. We can't be long then. We might as well be dead. Do you think death could possibly be a boat? No. Death is not. Death isn't. You take my meaning. Death is the ultimate negative. Not being you. You can't not be on a boat. I've frequently not been on boats. No. What you've been is not on boats. I wish I was dead. I could jump over the side. That would put a spoke in their wheel. Unless they're counting on us, I shall remain on board. That'll put a spoke in their wheel. All right. We don't question. We don't doubt. We perform. But a line must be drawn somewhere, and I would like to put it on record that I have no confidence in England. Thank you. And even if it's true, it'll just be another shambles. I don't see why. He won't know what we're talking about. What are we going to say? We say, Your Majesty, we have arrived. And who are you? We are Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Never heard of you. Well, we're nobody special. What's your game? We've got our instructions. First I've heard of it. Let me finish. We've come from Denmark. What do you want? Nothing. We're delivering heaven. Who's he? You've heard of him. Oh, I've heard of him, all right, and I want nothing to do with it. But you march in here without so much as a by your leave and expect me to take in every lunatic you try to pass off with a lot of unsubstantiated. We've got a letter. I see. Well, this seems to support your story such as it is. It is an exact command from the King of Denmark for several different reasons, importing Denmark's health in England's too, that on the reading of this letter, without delay, I should have Hamlet's head cut off. The sun's going down. It will be dark soon. Do you think so? I was just making conversation. We're his friends. How do you know? From our young days brought up with him. You've only got their word for it, but that's what we depend on. Well, yes, and then again, no. Let us keep things in proportion. Assume, if you like, that they're going to kill him. Well, he is a man, he is mortal, death comes to us all, etc., and consequently, he would have died anyway, sooner or later. Or to look at it from the special point of view, he's just one man among many. The loss would be well within reason, inconvenience, and then again, what is so terrible about death? And Socrates, so